From automatic elevator doors, refrigerated trucks, the 3-signal traffic light, home security systems, central heating, the mailbox, toilet tissue holders, air conditioners, spark plugs, etc. Our lives no doubtably would be a whole lot harder without these items. These are items we use every day without even thinking about it. We all can agree, just even 2 of these items on our list make life much easier. But what all these items have in common are its black inventors. The history of black inventors and inventions in the early 1800s were interesting to say the least. Video definitely coming soon. Either way, we have our well-known inventors, from Madam C.J. Walker to George Washington Carver, from Garrett Morgan to Lewis Latimer. These amazing inventors helped shape the world we live in today. Now, well, with that being said, it's time to update your black inventors list. And here are 5 black modern inventors you want to add to your list. In 2019, North Carolina, a young woman named Macy Smith missed her curfew, which undoubtedly alarmed her mother. Her mother tried continuously, with the aid of her brother, to get in contact with her daughter, because this behavior was way out of character for her. Immediately, she pulled up the Find My Friends app on her phone and was able to easily locate her daughter on a map. And using GPS, she went to the exact location where her daughter had been, but only to find out that she had been in a completely, totally terrible accident and she was pinned under a car. Luckily though, her mother was able to call the authorities and ultimately save her life. Now, that situation could have ended a completely different way had it not been for Dr. Gladys West and her major contributions to the global positioning system, or what we know now today as GPS. Gladys Mae West was born October 1930 in Sutherland, Virginia. In 1956, she was hired to work at the Naval Surface Welfare Center, and she was a programmer there, a part of the Dahlgren division for large-scale computers, and a project manager for data processing systems used in the analysis of satellite data. Later on in the 1960s, she began to analyze data from the satellites, and then she put together the models of the shape of the Earth. About 20 years later, in 1979, she then became the project manager for the CSAT radar project. So CSAT was the first satellite that can monitor the oceans. She then programmed an IBM 730 stretch computer, which was significantly faster than other machines at that time, to provide calculations for an accurate geodetic Earth model. Now, this same detailed mathematical model of the shape of the Earth will become the building blocks for what will become the GPS orbit. And that is lit. In her autobiography, she spoke of some of the complex problems she solved, which had been proven too difficult for other members of her team. As for Miss Gladys, in 2023, she is indeed still alive and still kicking. And we thank you and appreciate you, Miss West. Hey you, you. You made any phone calls or sent out any texts today? Maybe you received some. Whatever, it's cool. But if you're a millennial, chances are you definitely did. And if you didn't, or did, or even plan to, you can thank my man's Jesse Eugene Russell. Jesse Eugene Russell was born April of 1948 in Nashville, Tennessee. He worked in the field of wireless communication for over 20 years. This guy holds patents and to this day continues to invent and innovate the emerging area of next generation broadband networks, technologies, and services, often referred to as 4G. Russell became the first African American to be hired by AT&T Bell Laboratories directly from a historically black college or university. In 1988, he created the concept for the wireless digital phone and communication after designing a cell phone that transmitted signals between handsets and cell phone towers rather than in between cars, which was common practice at the time, making mobile phones more handy and affordable. So, if you're ever driving around and you see some of these towers, this is known as a base station for mobile radio telecommunication systems, which he created in 1992, and these over here, the wireless communication base station in 1998. These are also equally known as cell phone towers. Just want to throw that out there. So cool. Russell's team developed the technology that transformed communications and was dubbed as 2G for the second generation of mobile phone systems, thus paving the way for the technology we literally all use today. As far as 2023, Mr. Russell's still at it, developing the way we use cell phones and technology today still. So, Jesse Eugene Russell, thanks, man. You really changed the world for everyone. We appreciate you, man. Side note, if you use a TV, you use a remote. And if you use a remote, well, let's thank Dr. Joseph N. Jackson. So, Dr. Joseph Jackson was born in Harvey Jefferson Parish in Louisiana in 1947. In 1961, Joseph received his GED and went to television repair school at night. He also owned and operated a radio and television service shop part-time in Fayetteville, North Carolina, near Fort Bragg, where he was stationed. Aside the programmable television receiver controllers that we use today, Jackson is the holder of at least 6 issued U.S. patents in the area of telecommunications and fertility prediction devices for females, as well as several copyrights, trademarks, and pending patents in the area of aircraft security and tracking systems. He is, of course, as far as 2023, still with us, and he runs his personal business he started in 1993 called Protelcon. Protelcon? Either way, Protelcon. That's his company. And presently, he serves as a patent consultant to many potential inventors throughout the country. And for everything you've done, thanks, Joe. We really appreciate your contributions to society. Alright, so it's 1982 and you're freaking stoked. You literally just bought one of the world's first personalized computers. You can now literally play all the boring 1980s games you want. Yeah, thanks to Mark Dean, co-founder of the IBM personalized computer. Mark Dean is known literally as the father of the modern day computers we have now. Mark Dean was born in Jefferson City, Tennessee in 1957. In 1979, he graduated at the top of his class at the University of Tennessee, where he studied engineering. Not too long after college, he landed a job at IBM, a company he would become associated with for the rest of his career. He helped develop a number of landmark technologies for IBM, including the color PC monitor and the first gigahertz chip. Dean is the first African American to become an IBM Fellow, which is the highest level of technical excellence at that company. He also holds 3 of the 9 PC patents for being co-founder of the IBM personal computer released in 1981. In 1997, he was honored with the Black Engineer of the Year's President's Award and was inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame. In 2021, he was tapped to be a member of the National Academy of Engineers. And as for today, he's still alive, and because of his contributions, our lives are a whole lot easier. And for that, we really appreciate it, and we really appreciate you. Thanks, Mark Dean. It's 2003. Your MySpace is popping, and now you want to make a video call with this new site called Skype. It's way revolutionary for the time. And 7 years from now, you would definitely throw Skype away for what will be soon to be FaceTime. Well, for all your digital calls and video calls, we all need to thank Dr. Marion Croak. Marion Croak was born in New York City in 1955. She obtained a bachelor's degree from Princeton University in 1977 and a PhD specializing in quantitative analysis and psychology in 1982. After college, she joined AT&T Bell Laboratories, where she worked in a variety of positions for over 3 decades. It would be 30 years later, while working for AT&T at Bell Laboratories, that she pioneered, envisioned, and planned the technology that's responsible for voice-over internet protocol phone systems, also known as VoIP or VoIP. This is the technology that converts your voice into a digital signal, allowing you to make a call directly from a computer or other digital device to another. Dr. Marion Croak began to work for Google in 2014. At Google, she is responsible for expanding what the internet is capable of doing around the world and increasing access to the internet in the developing world. She created a new center of expertise on responsible AI within Google Research. She also works on racial justice efforts at Google and continues her goal encouraging women and young girls in engineering. Dr. Marion Croak was inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame, the National Academy of Engineers, and the American Academy of Arts and Sciences in 2022. Thank you, Dr. Croak. You have literally helped connect the world. So, I kind of feel like with all this dark history that I've been getting into lately, I just think it was time to shine a little light on the more positive aspects of history. History's not all bad. All these inventors are still alive, and that's great that we are in a generation and a time frame that allows us to give them their flowers while they're still here. Well, that's it for my 5 modern Black inventors list. Of course, if you have more to add to the list, that would be great. I can add those to my next 5 lists, but yeah. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, like, share, and subscribe. Oh yeah, and namaste lit.